Hello, I'm Jordan from Artisan Electrics, and this is our customer guide to installing an electric vehicle charging point. At Artisan Electrics, we pride ourselves in quality and safety and our customer service. You'll see 5-star reviews from many happy customers on our Google business profile. Now, as part of our process to provide the best service for you, we need a little bit of information from you in advance to be able to provide an accurate quote. So in this brief guide, I want to explain to you the process of how we go about installing an EV charger that might be different from some companies, and also the information that we need from you in order to provide that accurate quotation. The first thing to note is that you may see across the internet lots of standard install prices being splashed about. In our experience, there are very few real standard installs out there. Installing an EV charging point can be more complicated than people think, and that's why we like to gather as much information in advance as possible to smooth out the process for you and enable us to do the best possible job. There are certain safety features that we include as standard in our quotations that some companies don't. For example, we always fit a Type 2 surge protection device to protect your charging point and all of the electronics in your home from electrical surges on the grid or local lightning strikes. We also always quote for a Type A double pole RCD up front to protect the charging point and yourselves from electric shock. There are other details that we like to include too, such as neat cable clipping, concealing cables as much as we can, and the quality of charge points that we work with is only the highest standard. We only work with the best quality products that have a very good warranty and robust customer service. With that being said, what is the process of installing an electric vehicle charging point? Well, usually in our experience it's about a day's work, and what we have to do is install a new circuit within your existing consumer unit or upgrade your consumer unit so that we can fit a new circuit in there, or install an additional consumer unit next to your existing one. From there we will run a cable throughout your house, either inside or outside, to the electric vehicle charging point, and that electric vehicle charging point will be mounted on a wall or pedestal in a location of your preference. There are various safety checks that we need to do in advance, such as checking your water and gas bonding to make sure that those are already in place. If they're not, we will include upgrading those as part of the package to make your home electrics safe for us to install this valuable and powerful piece of equipment. So as part of the quoting process, we just need a few things from you, which you'll be able to do in the next step after you've watched this video. First of all, we need a photo of your fuse box or consumer unit. That is the central hub of your electrics where all the individual circuits are switched on and off by little circuit breakers or fuses. Now, usually that's located near your electricity meter box, but sometimes it'll be located in a different part of the property, and you might have multiple consumer units, in which case, please send us a photo of each one and explain where they are. What we're looking for from those photos is the existing consumer unit safe for us to connect to? If so, is there an additional spare way in there that we can use, a blank fuse that we can swap out for a new circuit breaker to run your EV charger from? If not, we'll be looking to potentially upgrade your existing consumer unit to a larger one that complies with all the modern current regulations, or install an additional consumer unit next to that existing one that will just run the electric vehicle charging point. The other thing that we need to know from you is, where do you want your charging point to be mounted? Is it going in the garage? Is it going on an outside wall of the house? Or is it going in a parking space, maybe on a pedestal somewhere remote from the house? All of these factors will affect the cost, cable run, complication of install, so as much detail as possible is appreciated. A simple way to do this is in our quoting form, which will follow. You can send a video showing where you want the charging point to be located and the cable route that you think would be simplest to get from there back to the consumer unit or fuse box. The other thing that we need to know from you is your preference when it comes to charging your vehicle. For example, do you have solar? If so, we would probably recommend a solar integrated charging point that can allow you to harness any excess solar from your roof and use that to charge your car. And by the way, we do offer new solar installs too, so if that's something you're looking for, please let us know. Maybe you don't have solar and you're not thinking about getting solar, then our recommendation might be slightly different. And maybe aesthetics are really important to you and the colour or finish of your charging point is important. We have a beautiful bespoke charging point offer that has lots of different colours and wood finishes. That might be a solution that we'd recommend to you. When you submit the form, your details will come through to our admin team here in the Artisan office. We'll review those. If there's anything missing, we'll contact you to fill in any gaps. And by the way, if you're not sure when you're filling out the form, don't worry too much. We can always fill in the gaps with you over the phone or via email. So if there's anything that you're not sure about in the form, please feel free to skip that and then you can give us a call and explain things over the phone. Ultimately, our aim is to get a quote to you that's accurate and get it over to you as quickly as possible so that you can get your EV journey moving. So please fill out the following form and we look forward to working for you soon.